what you all been waiting for. Oh, oh, oh.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
You got this.
All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. B-Dot is here today, so.
Yeah.
I was saying it's the holiday season. I've had like the worst day of my life.
Yeah.
So my brother died. And it's really my first time publicly saying it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I wasn't physically here yesterday, but he had an aneurysm. So it's unexpected, 51 years old. So right now I'm just dealing with a lot of the logistics. But, you know, he was very close to me. You know my brother.
Yes, you guys were super close. He was literally the life of the party. Anytime you had an event, he was there and make sure everyone had a good time.
Right, so he had complained about having really severe headaches a couple of days ago. On Saturday, he was saying he had really bad headache. He was supposed to come over on Sunday, so he told me he still wasn't feeling well. You know, Donnell Rawlings came over the house. He was cooking.
Right.
My brother was looking forward to it. And then he, you know, texted me and was like, yeah, I'm still not feeling that well. But prior to that, he had taken like, you know, a bunch of, he took 3 Advil because he said his head was hurting so bad. And then he said he was just going to lay down and relax. He also was upset. He went to Brown University.
Yes.
And so the shooting happened at Brown University, you know, 2 students killed. And he has a lot of friends who had, you know, kids that went there because he went there. And so it was just all completely unexpected. My mother found him.
Oh, my.
So he's very active in like our family chat. He's very responsive. He's the type of person, if you call him, he's going to answer the phone. He's going to respond if you text him like right away. So because he wasn't active for like a day, she went over there and he was on the ground. So
man, condolences to you and your family, your brother. We share the same name.
Ryan.
Yeah.
His name is with a Y.
Right.
And so that's what we're going through. That's what I'm going through today. And so I know a lot of people have been reaching out to me because I found out while I was recording lip service.
Wow.
When my father called me. So, you know, we're in the middle of planning his funeral and getting all of that together. This is my first time planning a funeral. And clearly this was unexpected. So a lot of things are not planned out. But, you know, so that's what's going on with me. And so today I'm also having a good friend of mine on, Tracy Adams. She's an executive at Epic Records, and we're going to be paying it forward with a good deed, courtesy of Tracy. So, you know, a lot of things today are about turning pain into purpose.
Right, Angela, you're one of the strongest people I know, man, to even be up here. And I think you being here can help other people that are probably going through something real similar.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that I'm learning too about planning, and you know, also we'll discuss it.
Right.
We'll discuss it throughout the show. But I just wanted to give our Way Up family just an update on what was going on. You know, it's a difficult time. My family was leaving to go on a cruise on Sunday for a week. My parents, they canceled their cruise, obviously.
Yeah.
So we'll be planning those things out. So if I'm a little off the grid, that's what's happening here. For anybody else who's going through something, you know, I sympathize because it's just difficult.
Right.
So when we come back, we're going to do the show as usual, Yee, and I'm also going to give you guys some lessons from what I've learned also throughout this process. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the room.
From industry shade to all the gossip.
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to me.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
That's right.
And let's get into some Yee tea. So, you saw the video of T.I. without his hat on, and
I
then
did.
his DJ told him to put a hat on. And then it went viral because it looks like there was some bald spots.
Right.
Well, T.I. recently addressed what was really going on. He was on with a young jock in the Streets Morning Takeover. Here's what he said.
It's comedy. I laugh. It wouldn't be funny if it were true. You know, I ain't even respond to it. I just took my hat off and walked around. That's not my head of hair.
They came up with all
Oh,
kind
they
of things.
photoshopped
They said,
that.
well,
Yeah,
maybe they be
yes.
So it's photoshopped.
I didn't know T.I. to be a hatfish.
But see, if it's Photoshop, it makes you question why then was he told to put a hat on?
Right.
Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe, listen, there's a lot of AI things happening, a lot of Photoshop things happening. There's a lot of things I see online that I think are real.
Right. But even if it is real, there's nothing a trip to Turkey can't fix.
Okay, that's
know?
a fact. Little vacation.
Little vacation. Why not?
All right, now let's talk about Rick Ross's daughter, Toya Roberts. She says that he needs to slow down and he needs to act his age, basically. Here's what she had to say.
My daddy is old as and act like he mother 20. I love his life, but I be telling that to slow down. When is you gonna stop? Because if I'm 24, that means you knocking on mother 50, boy.
Ross has to ground her now.
You're grounded. Go to your room. Now, another thing that Rick Ross is talking about in his book, because he has a new book coming out. It's called Renaissance of a Boss, Notes from a Creative Reawakening. He talks about a 2022 incident where he suffered a seizure while on the plane. Remember that when that happened? The plane had to have an emergency landing so he could get medical attention. Well, he says he was in the middle of a psychedelic experience after taking shrooms.
Wow.
When this occurred, he said he was far from physically or mentally grounded at the time. And he said he recalls watching Will Smith's movie Emancipation during the flight, but he said the movie itself had nothing to do with what happened. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
And so, yes, he's had a history of seizures that he's been very open about in his memoirs as well.
And his music as well. He's talked about it.
All right, so hopefully he's able to, make sure that, again, how important your health is.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, we have About Last Night. And so, like I said in the opening of the show, I said that my brother recently passed away. And I want to talk about some of the things that I've learned during this process of, this is the first time I've ever had to plan a funeral. Working with my parents on making that happen. I'm an only child now, so...
Wow.
It's my older brother. He was 51 years old, but I just want to give some lessons that I've learned during this time. All right? It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
Yes.
So I told you I've been a little out of, sorts right now. My brother passed away unexpectedly from an aneurysm. So just a few things I wanted to talk about of what I learned during this process. Because he's the closest person to me. He's my only brother. So what happened is he's very active in our group text, like our family chat every day. He's a person that if you call him, he's going to answer. If you text him, he answers right back. And so for a day, he wasn't responding. And so my mother felt like something was off. So she has the keys to his house. So she went over there and, he was on the floor. So after that, she called the police. And so here's some things that during this process I learned, because the fire department came, EMT came.
Wow.
Then they were supposed to contact the police department to come, but something happened and I guess they didn't. There was also an accident nearby in the neighborhood, so it was taking a while for anyone to come, but they did. And then we had to wait for the medical examiner to come. Now, because he was home alone and when he fell, he hit his face, so he did have like a bruise and he had a bump on his head. They had to make sure that it wasn't a homicide.
Right.
Which means that everybody has to leave the area, and then until they examine the body, you're not allowed to go back in.
Wow.
So, that all happened. They examined him, and that's when we found out it was an aneurysm. He had been saying he had really bad headaches a couple of days before, that they were so bad he had to take 3 Advil.
Wow.
He was laying down, and so Coach Jessie, who works with me a lot, she also recently had an aneurysm and was in the hospital. And when you feel like pain like that and it feels out of the ordinary, it is important to see a doctor because, again, like you never know what could happen. But it's also not something I would have thought either. Like I've had headaches before, and I don't get them a lot, and so I don't know that I would have. I probably would have did what he did: take some Advil and go and lay down.
Like, I'll eat a banana or something.
Right, you try to do whatever and get hydrated, drink plenty of water, and so I just want people to make sure that they take those things. And I'm not saying that it could have still happened or it could not have. I don't really know, but I just want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and our health, and then now dealing with, okay, where's the funeral going to be? And there were a lot of questions because clearly it's unexpected. He's 51 years old.
He's young.
And so they're like, does he want to be cremated? Does he want? We never even discussed that. So that's not something. But I feel like if somebody wanted to be cremated, they express that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't think, we should do that because I don't know that he wanted that.
I know you and your brother were really close, and that you have a lot of memories. Where's some that stick out to you?
You on New Year's Eve, because New Year's is coming up.
Your brother got me drunk.
My brother also he was very into like medical marijuana.
Yes.
And all of that. So he would make like organic Rice Krispie treats and candies and things like that. And you know, it was a good feeling.
Anytime you had a party or an
Before
event.
it was hip.
Yes. I always say, yo, where's your brother at? 'Cause
Yeah,
I know
everybody's
where
like, where's your brother? But you know, it's safe. Like, I think with him, it's not like you're, you know, he would actually really literally make like the best candies and treats and everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, my brother was always like, he's a way smarter person than I am. And also just super extremely generous with everybody. And so everybody loves my brother. So I know there's a lot of people hitting me up. And I'm trying to respond as I can, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
But we are planning the funeral. We're planning the wake. So for any of his friends also, I want to make sure, and I'm going to post this, if you can send any pictures to bookangelaye@gmail.com, and I'll post that, you know, for people. I would love to include it in like a slideshow that we're going to be showing there. So, you know, I just wanted to acknowledge that and also encourage people. I even think about like for myself, I have, you know, making sure you know who's power of attorney, making sure that, people know what it is that you want to happen, having a will, all of those things that we discuss, because you do never know when something's going to happen. So that's why I've tried to make sure I get my things in order. But this had made me feel really like urgently to do that.
Yeah, it's always difficult to have those conversations with people while they're still here.
Right. But then, you know, if God forbid something happens, it's nice when things are in place.
Yeah.
But you never expect it at that young age. All right. Well, when we come back, we are paying it forward today. My friend Tracy Adams is going to be joining us.
Yes.
She was supposed to get married. Things did not work out, and she has an amazing, beautiful, and she's very fly.
Yes.
Wedding dress.
I used
and
to work with her.
Oh, you did? We're going to talk about that too. We're going to pay it forward, and we'll tell you how. It's way up.
You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and this is a really special time of the year. It's all about giving, and I have a great friend of mine here with me today, Tracy Adams. Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Now, this is a little different. You actually have a bit of a story, right, that we want to tell. Just, you were supposed to get married.
Yes.
It didn't happen.
Did not happen.
But you already bought a dress.
Yes.
Okay, so just give us a little bit of...
Listen, life happens. It's just that simple. But I did buy a dress. I was engaged, and 'tis the season to give, love, and receive.
We had a conversation.
Yes.
And you were like, you know what? I don't want to sell this dress.
No.
I really want to give it to somebody that could use it. This is strictly a good deed so that something that didn't work out for you can be amazing for somebody else. Also want to get it out the house. That part. And so either way, something had to happen. Now, just to give y'all some information about Tracy, she is known as the fly, stylish person. And so you already know this wedding dress is amazing. So I was like, show it to me. It's a beautiful wedding dress. Now, I pulled us some stats, okay, when it comes to wedding dresses.
Okay.
The average cost of a wedding dress is $1,900 to $2,200.
Okay.
And I know that's a big deal. And for somebody who's getting married and the budget, you know, if you can get that taken off the table,
That part.
that's huge. And you have a video of the dress, but tell us a little bit about it.
I'm into pearls, jewels, like little diamond-esque situations, and it's definitely a poofy dress. It's a princess dress. It's off the shoulders. It's cream off. It's not white, but it's cream, beaded. A train, not an extremely long train, but there's definitely a train. But it's a beautiful wedding dress.
It's stunning. I'm not gonna
It's
lie. I
beautiful.
thought about maybe I should just go on ahead and get married because it's just listen.
Yeah, that part.
But I think it's gonna make somebody so happy.
Yes.
Beautiful memories.
Yes.
You know, of their special day. Now, what's your Instagram so people can follow you so they can actually see the video because you have a video on your page.
Yes.
Of the dress.
My IG is Tracy A NYC. That's Tracy TRACIA as in Adams NYC. So it's Tracy A NYC.
Yeah, Tracy with an I.
Tracy with an I.
Now, we're going to give this away on social media, so make sure you follow us. We're going to collab on a post, but we want to give this away quick. So you're going to have 24 hours from when you hear this, and we want to hear your stories, too. You know, I love that, and I love the fact that even though for you it wasn't what you anticipated happening, you said, I still want to pay this forward for somebody else.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. Just because it didn't work out for me as of yet. Obviously, we're still optimistic as what the future holds. But yeah, just wanted to definitely make someone holiday extra extremely special.
Tracy, thank you so much. I appreciate your generosity. This will be a great gift for somebody. You know, if you're getting married and you want to get something for her and she's like around a size
2'4"-ish. I weigh about 120 pounds, but the dress is definitely a little big. I was going to have to get it altered, but between 2 and 4-ish.
Okay, so be realistic too.
Yes.
Anyway, Tracy A NYC, you got 24 hours, go. And when we come back, we have your Yeezy and Wale, who's one of your top 10 rappers, B-Dot,
Yes, he is.
of 2025. He was on Club Shay Shay. We'll tell you some of the things he had to say. It's way up.
Off this spot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
We love you, Angela.
Oh, thank you.
We do.
And let's get into some of this Yee tea. So Wale was on Club Shay Shay. I want to ask you too.
Yes.
Did he respond to you about being on your top 10 rappers of 2025?
He has not yet. I gotta send him a DM.
Okay. Well, anyway, he talked about certain things in this interview. Kai Cenat, we were told not to bring up Kai Cenat when he came up here.
Right.
But he opens up about that viral BET Awards moment that happened.
I did play in the celebrity game with him the year before, but
Couldn't you give it a little grace? The man 20.
that's the thing. You're acting like he was doing like 2 days ago. Okay, look. I was upset for like 5 days in a row. So when he's talking about mental health at the Stream Awards, I'm like, you get it now. I mean, that made me look crazy, bro. Like, but I think the way that people saw it is like, yo, you. That's what they acting like I did, and I'm like, yo, I'm just saying you made me look crazy.
5 days is a lot.
Yeah, like you don't know how to. But just to flash back in case you don't remember this audio or the video of Kai Cenat not recognizing Wale while he was on his stream. Here's what happened.
What up, Busky? Wale. Oh my God, that was somebody crazy. The whole chat knows him. Wale? What he do?
Rap.
Oh, what?
Oh my gosh. We gotta get Kai Cenat some Wi-Fi for Christmas.
But the real thing is that you spent all that time with him.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, you didn't really have a good memory.
Dark one.
All right, another thing that he talked about, and Wale, Solange, of course, rumors that they dated. I thought they did date.
I thought that was public knowledge.
Here's what he said.
Lotus Flower Bomb. The rumors are it's about,
No, we was real good friends. I was still very, very, very like underground.
Right.
And she put me on to a lot of stuff like back then. Like we was just cool. Like she put me on to like Givenchy, and she put me on the Victor and Ralph Flower Bomb. And that's how the opening lines go. But it ain't about nobody. Like.
Okay, Shannon Sharp.
Okay.
Low hanging fruit,
No.
huh? How's it taste?
Look, okay, whatever you want to say, go with us. Now, somebody who I really admire as a comedian, Roy Wood Jr., I think he does get recognition, but I honestly feel like
He's underrated.
he's definitely underrated. Well, his CNN holiday special has a new air date. It was postponed. It was supposed to air December 14th, but then there's a lot of things that happened. The Brown University shooting, the Hanukkah celebration one, and so that is now going to air on Saturday, December 20th, and it features the U.S. Air Force Band, and that's going to air at 8 p.m. I'll definitely be tuning into that, so shout out to him. And make sure you check out his special, read his book. Like he's, I think he's so talented.
Yeah, he's definitely underrated.
All right, when we come back, we have Under the Radar, the stories that are not necessarily headline stories, they're flying under the radar. Let's talk about Donald Trump. He recently, in his speech, talked about the economy, a lot of different things. He's got some new paintings hanging up in the White House with plaques. Do you co-sign that too, B?
Nah, I can't get jiggy with that.
It's awful. What is wrong with this guy? All right, it's way up.
Check the news. I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
I'm here.
And let's get into some under the radar stories. This is not really under the radar, but Donald Trump
Never heard of him.
had a speech yesterday. And during that speech, what do you think he did? It was an 18-minute address from the White House.
Okay.
What do you think he did?
Put out some numbers, some fake news.
All right, one thing he did, he gave out, he's calling a warrior dividend, $1,776, that will go to nearly 1.5 million military service members in honor of the nation's founding.
Okay.
Almost 250 years ago. He said the checks are already on the way. In addition to that, he talks about the economy, and he is basically blaming the previous administration. Here's what he said.
When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people. Many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums.
You gotta love Trump's fuzzy math.
We don't have to.
It's like that affirmative action math that Foxy Brown was spitting on Nas's album. Just like, where you get these numbers from?
All right. Well, in addition to that, he claims that he's fixed a lot of these things. Here's what he said.
Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly, and it's not done yet.
Not according to my checking account.
Well, not according to ABC News is fact checking either, by the way. So I'm looking at everything that he said on here and what was true and what wasn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is your Under the Radar. Now we do have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour.
Okay.
Plus we got ASCII and of course we got some more Yeetie for you.
There's a lot of things going on, man.
There's a lot going on. Listen, I'm looking at all these interviews. Cedric the Entertainer. I recently saw. You know what? We'll talk about it.
All right, cool.
It's Way Up.
Let's
I know
go.
you got some things you want to say about Billboard also.
Of course.
She on the tea. Oh, she came with receipts. It's time to spill that yee tea.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
Good job, B-Dot.
That's right.
And let's get into some Yeetie. So Wiz Khalifa is facing a potential 9-month prison sentence in Romania.
What?
Yeah, I can't imagine that this is going to happen, but it's for weed. And this is from an incident that happened in July of 2024. He was smoking, and the drug laws are strict there.
Yeah.
So it could be a legal battle. Now, he previously was fined about $700. They are going to appeal this. But my solution is just don't go back to Romania.
Yeah, that's my legal advice, too.
Yeah, that would just be my advice. I mean, but handle it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, handle it, appeal. If they decide not to, just don't go back there.
Or maybe not.
All right, Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder are going to be doing their own podcast now.
Okay.
The Real Report podcast.
Do rappers rap anymore?
Listen, you know, we're at the time now also where people are, rappers are the best storytellers.
They are.
And so it seems like it's working.
Yep.
Right? And so they're going to bring, just different funny stories, their own perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they said it happened, they were in Germany. And he said, we see Fat Joe and was just kicking it. Joe was telling us he was actually thinking of starting a podcast with him and Yayo. And that's when Fat Joe said, you know what? That's crazy. And he said, that's how Joe and Jadakiss started doing it. And then they said, you know what? Why not? And this is the perfect time because we're all waiting to hear what this wrap up is going to sound like this year.
Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo are two of the funniest guys in the game, so this should be entertaining.
The talk of New York.
Yes, for a reason.
And they're going to get themselves in a lot of trouble. I could already tell you that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Dallas Austin recently was telling a story about something that happened to him.
Okay.
And this was crazy to me. He was on Expeditiously, and he talks about his wildest studio session. Here's what he said.
I'm working in a studio with Macy. She sits next to me, and she sticks her hand in my pants.
What?
Squeezes me, and then go, ooh, nice, and then take her hand back out my pants.
What?
I was like, damn, I don't know how to feel right now.
What
I feel a little bit of a at the same time. I feel a little bit violated.
It's an I Try remix.
He was talking about Macy Gray.
Yikes.
FYI. That's wild.
Me Too reverse.
Because if that, it's not a reverse, it's still a Me Too.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Me Too could be men against women, women against men, men on men, women on, it doesn't matter. You're not supposed to do things like that at all. And he said, like you said, he did feel violated. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
All right. Gilbert Arenas was recently on Drop the Low podcast, and he talked about his child support plus all the other things that he paid for after breaking up with Laura Govan. Here's what he said.
During my battle, the number was 244. So $244 a month.
That's for 3 children?
It was 4. And then I paid for school, and then I paid for the house, and then I paid for nanny. So it's like, what is the 244 for?
Whoa. Well, you're half Asian. Let's do the math.
That's amazing.
That's $2.9 million a year.
Oh, you did the math.
I did it for you.
Okay.
That's a lot of money, man.
That is a lot of money.
What?
But he was discussing how how it varies state by state, and some places is based off of how much you make. So if you're a billionaire but you're not working and not making money, then it's a lower number.
No kid needs $244,000 a year.
Speak for yourself. When I was a kid, I would have, I needed that.
Right.
I didn't get it. All right. And Billboard has announced a major rule change that could shake up sales when it comes to hip hop. They're implementing that one album unit will now be equivalent to 2,500 ad-supported or 1,000 paid subscription streams generated by songs from an album. Now, I know you saw that YouTube is no longer going to report their numbers.
Yeah.
So
it's all confusing. It's like that Donald Trump math, man. Like, how much does a sale cost, like, at this point?
Well,
what's it worth?
I don't know, but YouTube is not going to share their data anymore. Man. And the reason why Leor Cohen doesn't like that is because I guess what he's saying is that Billboard just made paid streaming services worth more than free ones when it comes to how much you get for sales.
Right. It's just hard. It's just weird how people are tallying up record sales and things of that nature these days.
Do people care about?
I don't think they care. Like,
I'm sure they do. If I was an artist, I would care.
Yeah, but as a fan, like, I don't know what my favorite record.
Like, they're
did on
talking about
Billboard.
21 Savage and his numbers for the first week, but it's also like it was a surprise album.
Yeah.
And it's been critically acclaimed, but it's also, how do we report these numbers now? All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Now let's hear somebody who should have made B-Dot's top 10 list of 2025. Here's G Herbo, went legit.
Relationship or career advice. Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. It's me and B-Dot.
Yep.
B-Dot, you get good relationship advice, you think?
I do my best.
All right. Well, we have Matt on the line, and he is trying to figure out how to deal with his wife. They've only been married a month, and they've both cheated on each other.
I'm trying to find out now the best way to heal and move forward.
So you want to make it work?
I do want to make it work.
And does she want to make it work?
That's important.
She does.
So basically, you guys started on a foundation of not even trusting each other, thinking that marriage was going to fix that.
Right.
Yeah, because usually people are supposed to get married when things are going really great, not when they're not, but I understand because a lot of people do that. What steps have you guys made to try to make it work?
We've been in counseling, couples therapy, and just trying the best way to communicate and, make the marriage work now, because now it seems like we're not just fighting for a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. We're trying to save a marriage now all of a sudden.
What is your counselor saying, and do you feel like that's helping?
I do think it's helping. She's mainly just trying to help us communicate with each other and figure out how to build up on that friendship.
All right. Well, I think counseling is an important first step, but I also want to point out this is not like a quick fix. So you guys also have to be really patient with each other and also know that it's going to take a lot of work and it's going to be painful sometimes. If you guys, does she bring up a lot, the fact that you cheated a lot, and do you bring it up a lot?
Yeah, it's almost like a constant conversation, and that's what is so hard about it. Is like it's hard to live in that hurt all the time. It's like you think about just leaving and thinking that'll make you happy instead of trying to go the hard route and get reminded of it all the time.
So maybe you guys have a rule about not bringing it up as much too.
True.
And I understand that there's going to be times, because we talk about communication, that it bothers you, but at a certain point it becomes more of your problem than the other person's problem when you keep on bringing up the same things and that you already know the answers to, and things that you've discussed and overly discussed. Now the focus should be on how are we moving forward and not even bringing that up, because the more you bring it up, you're just making yourself angry over and over again. Do you have now rules moving forward of what you can and can't do, and also communicating on what you need to make this work? This is what I need you to do, and her telling you what she needs you to do.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like I need this, I need that, and a lot of times they will tell you, do not use the words always and never and describe, like, you always do this, you never do that. You have to say, well, it makes me feel this way when you do this. It's a lot about how certain things make you feel, but also taking into consideration something you might not think is important that she thinks is important, trying to be understanding as you're trying to get understanding. And I think it's important to not have discussions while you're mad.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But I'm really hoping that things work out with you guys. You know, plan those date nights, do special things, and remember, don't argue to be right all the time. Sometimes it's for understanding.
Yeah, I heard that. Thank you.
All right. Well, good luck. I hope it works out.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Angela Yee, PhD.
That was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. You can always call us up or you can leave a message. We'll answer your question that way. And don't forget, you guys, this is your show, so you get to ask all the questions. We provide you with all the information you need, and you have the last word. It's Way Up.
Yeah, what's happening?
You want to know my name? Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn me on.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. Now, you know, I've been a little out of it, so I'm catching up on some things, B-Dot.
Yes.
21 Savage and Future have made amends. Now, I saw that article. I didn't even realize they were beefing like that.
An Atlanta Civil War.
And, you know, 21 Savage has been trying to get everybody to fix their beef, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wants Gunna and Young Thug. He added them. He said, you knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time, and we swept it under the rug for you. You know he wasn't trying to leave you to hang. F the streets. We ain't got ish, but trauma from that ish.
Damn.
It's kind of like a backhanded compliment. Gunna's probably like, whoa.
What did I do?
Okay. He also told Lil Baby, you one of the realest young N-words out this ish. Admit Slime was moving the goalposts and we were standing behind him because we love him, my brother. And then he also told Quavo and Offset. He said, tell the world I put y'all on group text and told y'all squash it before it even got far. If y'all were still together, y'all would be unstoppable.
Was 21 on a 1941? Like, what, was he drinking or something?
Listen, he's telling everybody what to do. But him and Future, you know, Future said the biggest in this, and then 21 said the biggest change all the time. And then 21 said the realest in it. And then he apologized, and they got on FaceTime together, actually. Behind the scenes, I guess Big Bank worked it out for them to talk.
They should have, like, led with that, maybe?
But here's the thing. I was asking you, why were Future and 21 Savage beefing? And then I had to ask ChatGPT, and ChatGPT came through. This is all because of Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin.
Yeah, so I don't think they were beefing, according to ChatGPT. It seems more like, you know, there was more of a, because there was this falling out.
People taking sides.
Yeah, Future's closely tied to Young Thug, and 21 Savage was close to Metro Boomin, who fell out with Young Thug. And because Metro is 21's main producer, it caused a little bit of a split.
Where's Mona Scott when you need her?
This is a real love and hip hop. All right, well, just glad it feels like at least they made up and got on the phone. Now everyone else can get on the phone.
Clearly.
Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Atlanta.
We need that.
All right, well, you guys, when we come back, this is your show, so you have the last word. If you want to call up and make up with somebody, we welcome that too. It's a Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
Yeah.
Good job, B-Dot.
Man, I was going to go see Hell's Kitchen tonight. You know, Neo starts.
Yes.
In Hell's Kitchen. But I'm going to go at a later date because obviously I'm going through a lot right now, dealing with my brother. I got to go. It's so many things. Like, we got to clean out his apartment. We got to figure out how to cancel, like, all his subscriptions. I have to return his lease, his car and you have to get a death certificate in order to do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you have to order like multiple death certificates. So we ordered 20 of them just to have them on hand in case we need it for anything. I already spoke to his landlord. It's like a lot of details, that we have to figure out. But I'm donating like a lot of his clothes and stuff like that. So, you know, just dealing with that. But my parents are being really strong. They're at my house, so they've been staying with me now so we can get all this done together.
Right.
You know, what are you doing today?
Well, at the end of the day, you know, what I have to do isn't important. Just thinking about you and sending love and condolences to your family. And, you know, your brother was well loved. You know, he was a favorite person of mine. Every time I saw you, I always asked about him. And, just sending you healing energy right now.
Thank you. You know, I always think about like how people will remember you. So I love how people are remembering my brother.
Yes.
And I think that's a great positive thing because we done seen some people die and people were like, you know.
Some people throw a party.
All right, well, you guys, this is your show, so you have the last word.
My heart goes out to you, Angela, and your family. I know that you'll get through this because you're such a strong woman. And I'm just praying for you. I pray comfort for you, your mom and your dad, and your whole entire family. My condolences go out to all of you.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.